Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Serial Mom. And this movie is directed by John Waters, and it came out in 1994. And I enjoyed this movie, surprisingly. I haven't seen a John Waters movie at all. This is the first one I've seen. And I thought it was really funny at points, and I enjoyed that it was a satire of mothers and how they can just be really crazy. And it just takes that to the extreme, and it's fun to watch, and I enjoyed it for what it had to offer. The movie is very cheesy overall, and I feel as though that adds to the overall entertainment value to the film, and it makes it fun to watch. Also, with it being a 90s film, it's also fun because films from that time period were pretty cheesy. And I'm not saying every 90s movie was the cheesiest thing in the world. I'm just saying that it was pretty common for a film from that decade to be cheesy. And I thought the performances in this movie were really strong. I really enjoyed Matthew Lillard in this movie. He was my favorite part, and whenever he was on screen, it was a better part in the movie, and he was really fun to watch. But Kathleen Turner was an excellent lead for the movie, and I thought she did a great job. And I don't want to undersell her performance because she really carries this movie. And the movie is pretty self-aware about what it is, and there's plenty of things going on in this movie where in any other movie, and even this movie, it's what's going on plan-wise. It's a very highly improbable plan to try and pull off, but that's kind of what makes it funny. It's it's aware of what it's doing, and you're supposed to laugh with it. And the movie always felt like it was in on the joke. The death scenes in this movie were fun to watch just because of how they were presented. The sound design was pretty over the top at points, especially with the fly, and that was pretty funny towards the beginning. And everything in this movie is very exaggerated and cartoonish, and that's what makes it entertaining for me, like I've said already. The goofiness, cheesiness, all that stuff is what helps this movie out. But despite all my positives, there are some things that I did not like. I was not a big fan of the split screen. I just found it to be really distracting and unnecessary. And also, I wasn't really a big fan of the music. I just didn't feel as though it added anything to any scene in the film. Also, the movie constantly told you what time of the day it was for absolutely no reason. I just feel as though that was something you could have cut out of the movie and you wouldn't lose anything. Mostly because the time of day doesn't matter, really. You can pretty much figure out what time of the day it is just by looking outside. And without spoiling anything, my biggest issue with this movie would be that the ending felt anticlimactic to me. It just kind of ended, and that was just something that I didn't really care for. And there's plenty of other little nitpicky things that I have with the movie that just make the movie just so much better. Now that I'm going back to positives, I love how the mom hates chopping and chewing. No gum is allowed in the house, and it kind of implies that she hates eating. I thought that was pretty funny, and I also found it funny that her neighbor just walks into her house because apparently she doesn't lock the doors. That was kind of weird, and I found it to be kind of funny. The husband character says in the movie twice that he's in support of the death penalty, and he just believes that everyone deserves it. I thought that was kind of funny as well, even though it only happened 2 times in the movie, but I did find it pretty humorous. And my favorite little tiny thing with the movie would be that when the mom sneezed when she was in church, everyone just believed that was an evil presence. That was the funniest thing in the world to me. Those are just some things that I found to be kind of funny, and I feel as though those are gags in the film. If you pick up on them, then it's funny, but if you miss them, then you miss a little bit of the movie. But I do feel as though those things do add to the film. So definitely check this movie out. It's currently on Netflix. That's how I watched it. So should be pretty easy to find. I had fun with it. It's not really a movie I would probably ever rewatch. Like, it's not one of my favorite satire films. Like, if I'm going to watch a satire film, I would much prefer Austin Powers, American Psycho, Scream, Scary Movie. Like, those movies I would much rather go back to. Whereas this, yeah, I had fun with it, but I don't know if I would ever come back to it. So, it's a good movie, just not something I would rewatch. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Serial Mom a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Serial Mom, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Twister. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.